Hello, my friends. Bear with me while all my streaming services get online. Facebook is good. Twitch and YouTube are good. All right, let's get started. So it's been a long time since I've done an update. It's been about 8 months, I believe. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes for a few months there, and then it was pretty dead for a while. So let me catch you up on what's been going on. So last on the YouTube channel, I was updating the current version. I think it was version 0.0.7 of Bonsai, which was the Metaverse for education. So I started looking into some investors that I was interested in, and so I had to do some work behind the scenes. It's kind of hard to be streaming me working with investors in like real time because some of that information is a little sensitive. So that's why I went offline for a little bit while I was pitching it to some investors, and I got the opportunity to pitch to one of the top angel investors. His name is JCal, or JCal, and I've been following him for a long time. I got an opportunity to pitch him, and I jumped on it, but I wasn't ready, so I had to bring a lot of things together to put together my pitch. I had like a few days to prepare for it. I was just trying to get a spot even during the little conference, and when it came my time to pitch, I got cut off. Like right as my mouth was opening, I got cut off. JCal says, "Hey guys, I have to cut it off for the day. I have an emergency in New York City I have to attend to." And so I was like, I'll probably get another chance. Later on that weekend, I was watching Elon Musk on SNL, and then I realized why JCal had to fly there, because he had been invited to be on the writer's board for all the sketches. And so I was like, that's kind of a cool, funny story. I'm gonna probably dig more into that later, but it got cut off. I had a meeting with them later. They expressed a lot of interest. And so I put together this video. And in this video, I was just gonna do my pitch because I thought, a pitch is like kind of volatile. I can get cut off mid-sentence. So if I send them a video, then I'll have music to it, I'll have visuals to it. It'll be able to explain things a lot better. So I put together this video. I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. This is kind of the premiere of this video because I haven't really shown it publicly.
And allowing people to come together and have rooms where they can talk. We've seen that a bit with stories too. I know that's certainly going to be true with these kind of live rooms.
Live rooms. Clubhouse paved the way for audio rooms. That's what's on right now. But in the future, these rooms will be more versatile. Bonsai is like a subscription-based Facebook groups. Customers get access to content, the community, and live rooms. You can choose your own level of immersion. It's compatible with every device. You can play like a video game if you want. Here's an example. Connor teaches 3D at Visual College of Art and Design. This is us discussing how we can integrate 3D objects that will teach students concepts better than a physical classroom or a Zoom call. Students can hang out with each other any hour of the day. Teachers can present to a whole class or do one-on-one coaching. I can pull it up on a tablet, laptop, desktop, VR headset, or even my phone, and lock it in my pocket to use audio only.
I'm a little foggy what the heck we're looking at, so can we just take a giant step backwards and say float above in the 30,000 foot level? What the heck is Bonsai again? Can you refresh my memory here?
An LMS meets a virtual classroom.
Okay, so it's just like it's a map then, right? It's a three-dimensional map of the kinds of classes or things that you can participate in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When the whole thing started, I talked to Christo and asked if he was interested in me making him a marketing tool. Over the next couple of years, that evolved into an LMS. I wanted to build something better than Teachable, and I think I succeeded, but it wasn't enough. That's when I met Connor through Chris's community. We quickly realized we built the missing half of each other's products. We have a shared vision of virtual universities that will make education more accessible. He's our chief world builder and event organizer, which leaves me to focus on the app. I I also met Frankie through Chris's community, but unlike most in the group, Frankie's not a designer. He spent the past decade doing strategy and communications for the U.S. Special Operations Command. He knows how a small team operates. As Chief Strategy Officer, he would keep us lean, mean, and dangerous.
So, Chris, if I could ask you a question, what is interesting to you about any of this? Like,
I'm just mostly curious. I mean, I'm an educator. I'm trying to figure out like what's the
So I put together like a kind of early version of this video for them, and I ended up showing it to them to go through the launch accelerator, and they told me they loved it. They're really interested. They're gonna run it by Jason as soon as the video's done. That kind of took things to the next level, where I was able to talk to Chris Do and get him involved on the board and get the team members more solidified. So we had a solid team going, and I sent the video after a few weeks. Maybe it's 2 or 3 weeks I spent on this.
When we launch the private beta, a small group of influential teachers will be invited to join. They'll be able to rent space monthly and set their own pricing for members.
So this is just some of the details on the old version.
$50 for basic and go up to $750 for the white label baseline version. The future is a minimum viable audience that
It's kind of the pitch, go-to-market strategy, all this stuff. Product demo.
Strapped up to this point. Now that we have the team, the vision, and the MVP, I'd like to raise pre-seed money so that we can go and make a product so badass that it will market itself.
So yeah, I put that video together, I sent it to them, and
You already
crickets. They told me they were gonna
have these communities
exit out of this.
that are organized around.
I'll just refresh it. And yeah, I didn't hear back from them, so that was kind of discouraging, because it kind of got my hopes up quite a bit, because things were looking good. And about a month later, I had a baby girl, my first kid. So that was pretty awesome. That took a lot of my time and focus away. Gladly. So we got a beautiful little baby girl. Let me just show her off real quick. There's her first Halloween. And yeah, that just kind of consumed me a little bit. So months went by, and I met with some other investors. One of them, I think I can name him, Jonathan Courtney. And he gave me a lot of good advice on the product. He told me how he would change the product. And one of his main things was like, you need to just simplify it, because back then it was like, okay, there's these communities, you can have courses, you can have posts, you can have exclusive content, you can sell products and memberships, and you can do all these things. And maybe that'd be cool down the road, but you really should be simplifying early on with the product. So I kind of let that advice settle for a long time while I worked on some custom versions of this website that some clients wanted, which was basically just like Patreon. It was basically a gated membership, a paid wall. And so I worked on simplifying that product a little bit more over the past few months. So now I'm on to version 10 of the product. We were on version 7 or 8 last time I streamed anything. So I had some clients wanting custom versions of it. When someone's paying you money, that's a good way to steer the ship, is like, okay, people need this, I'm gonna keep working on this. So I kept working on the Patreon functionality. And then in the past few months, I've really started to dig into DAOs and NFTs. So a DAO is a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. It's based off the blockchain. And I started following all these people launching communities, either through a DAO or through NFT purchases. Now, this can get kind of confusing. I've been trying to explain this to my girlfriend, and she was saying like, okay, so you're gonna do Patreon, but you sell NFTs on it. And I'm like, no, it's not quite that. You could do that later on down the road, but the best way I found to explain it simply through this analogy is, let me grab a object. So this is a key card, right? And this gets you through a gate or door. And you could put artwork on it, but if you put photography or artwork on this card, it'd be kind of arbitrary. It gets you in, right? It's like an access token. And so how do NFTs relate to exclusive communities? They get you into events, they get you into exclusive access and to get Discord pages. So that's really what I was looking at doing. And I found out about these like bounties and these grants that they're doing in the space. And you know, some of these blockchain companies, they'll give you grants or they'll give you bounties based on work you want to do. So I started digging through that. Found that there's a clear need for a Patreon for Web3. And as I started looking into it more, I found this company called Unlock Protocol. Now, Unlock Protocol is pretty amazing. So I'll just show you a very, very simple example. This is the creator's website. And you see he has a membership page right here. Now it says become a member, and when I unlock this, it's going to unlock just a tiny little sample of like exclusive content. Okay, it's asking me for Coinbase. I don't want Coinbase. There's a way you can purchase an NFT token through it, or using like Ethereum or any type of coin, or you can just log straight into it and pay through, I think it's through Stripe. Of course, I'm getting a bug on it right now. Why is it asking me for Coinbase? Okay, this isn't working during my live demo, which is excellent. Anyways, you log in through an NFT. It gives you access to a blog. You could use it for Discord. You can use it for lots of applications. And so I'm simplifying this product down to, this is very similar, very inspired by Patreon. You just have different tiers, and those give you access into these communities. So each community will have its own page or site. On the starter plan, it's hosted on Bonsai's website. On the Pro and the Sensei plan, those are hosted as their own website, so you actually own your own website. It's all open source, so you own the code, you own the repo, you own your customers, you own the data, you own the content, you own everything about it. So it's a lot different than Patreon in that way, that it's open source. And yeah, so I still have quite a bit of work to do with it. I have some features that I've ported on other projects that I need to do. One of the big things is allowing users to edit things from the front end. So I'll be implementing some of these things over the course of it. Right now it's currently only tied in through Stripe. And one of the big features I will be adding with this Unlock Protocol is an option to, instead of using Stripe, you can use Unlock Protocol to log in and get access. My goal with this project originally was to run like a single command, just, you know, come into my terminal. And run a single command. We haven't quite gotten to that point yet. It's a few different commands, but eventually I want one command so that I can just spin these sites up instantly. And I think it's getting pretty scalable to that point now. So it's basically a Patreon product with Stripe right now. I'm going to be replacing the NFT access with the Stripe. I've started a little backlog. I really don't have a whole lot to do other than implementing unlock protocol. A lot of the other stuff's built already. I can just drag and drop it. So it's not going to be like months worth of work, that's for sure. I would say a matter of weeks to have it up and running for the MVP. So yeah, that's just an update to where we're at right now. And I would have liked to make an update video when I had everything done, but Unlock Protocol has this grant that I'm going to be applying for in the next, I'll probably be applying for it tonight, honestly, or tomorrow, because they make decisions by next Monday, and I'd like to know, preferably this month rather than next, if this is going to work out. There's a lot of other grants I'm looking at right now, so if anyone's watching this and wants to know how they could get involved with grants, help building the blockchain, I've found some good resources so far. But with Web3, with NFTs, with crypto, and all of this, it's all so new right now. It's crazy. It's we're really laying down the bricks as we're walking forward, and so this is going to be experimental. I want to take you guys along the journey with me. I'm going to be doing updates a lot more oftenly now because I'm a lot more clear on what I'm doing right now. I was just kind of lost and floating around wondering what to do with Bonsai for a while there, and it seems pretty clear to me now. So stay tuned. Down the road I'll probably be launching a DAO for Bonsai, which means that there would be a community, the DAO, an organization that gets voting rights on features that I'm going to be implementing in the future. And so if this project's interesting to you, you'd like to get involved in that, please reach out to me. But I'll be implementing DAOs into this site later on, most likely. For now, it's going to be simple. You purchase an NFT token. Once you have that token, it has an expiration date, so it's either good for a month or a year, etc. And you can actually resell that token to someone else if you want to cancel your membership. So you could buy a year-long one, sell it 6 months in, and actually recover your whole cost through it. So some pretty amazing stuff. It's also new that, you know, it's kind of hard to explain. I hope my whole key card analogy works well with that, because it's really just an access card, and then down the road, you know, the databases might be decentralized, and there might be social features that are decentralized, decentralize this, decentralize that. We're going to start really simple. So it's just a non-fungible token that gets you access to exclusive content. And I'm going to be working on getting this MVP up over the next, I think I'll have it done over the next week or two. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some updates. It's a little harder with the newborn to be doing daily live streams at this point. So I'll be doing some updates and some live streams in the next coming weeks. So stay tuned. Much love. I'll see you guys around. Peace.